Alhamdulillahi nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alayhi. Wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. Man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlilhu fala hadiya lahu. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam tabaraka wa sallama tasliman kasiran kasira amma ba'd. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa man ahsanu qawlan mimman da'a ila Allah wa amila salihan wa qala innani minal muslimin. My dear brothers and respected elders and sisters, those of us who have recited the great Kalimah, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, so he or she is known as a person who have entered Islam, or who have decided to embrace the religion of Islam. But he or she has not become Muslim. He or she has not become the true believer of the good deeds. When he remained as such till the day when he died, only as a person who have entered Islam, not as a Muslim or as a true believer of the good deeds, this person will go to hellfire. It is against the common understanding that those who have recited the great Kalimah is already a believer. It is not. These facts must be made clear. It should not be any longer in our belief and our mind that when we recite La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, we are already a believer. We have not become a believer. We only have become a person who have entered Islam. And if we die as a person who have entered Islam, we may gain shafa'at, intercession, if ever Allah permitted us to obtain intercession from any of the prophets of Allah. Otherwise, we'll be in hellfire till a day when Allah will let us to get out from the hellfire. So it's such a very long time. It's not few days, few weeks, few months, few years. The duration of time in the hereafter is immeasurable, because there's no day, there's no night. We do not know how many days, how many months. There's no months, there's no days, there's no years. It is days and no longer there in the life hereafter. Only we have days in this world. We know how many days, how many weeks, how many months, how many years. The day will be taken over by the night. The night will be taken over by the day. It rotates. So when we finish the day and the night is one day, then the next day, then the next day. So in this way we are able to count weeks, days, months, years. So we say, how old are you? 82 years. So 82 days and night, 82 years of days and night. That's what it means. How old are you? 40 years. 40 days, 40 years of day and night. In the hereafter, there is no 40 years, 40 days, 40 all this. It's all. Someone will be asked how long you'll be here. He said not even a day. But they've been there for a very long time. So my dear brothers, in paradise, there'll be only evening. There's no night. Men are made to enjoy to its fullest. When you sleep, you can't eat. You can't do anything. You're sleeping. Sleeping is like death. So the people who are made to enter paradise, they don't sleep. Similarly, those who enter hellfire, they don't sleep, but they'll be burned and punished. So that is the life which is called the true life. The life of this world is pastime and amusement. The life in this world is a life of pastime and amusement. The true life is a life of the hereafter. When a person are made either to enter paradise or to enter hellfire. So we are in a journey. Life in this world is a journey, and we are known as a traveler. The Prophet ﷺ says, I'm a traveler. And all of we are, not only him. Every one of us are travelers. We are on our way to our destinations. Either paradise or hellfire. So we have to make sure while we are traveling in this world, we are traveling on the correct path. The path that will lead us to become the lover of Allah, not to become otherwise. So this is very important time of our whole journey of our life, from the time of the soul, the time when we are in the womb of the mother, and the time when we are in this world is the most important time of the journey. And this journey is a very significant, important, pertinent journey to be undertaken by each and everyone, to be the journey on the correct path. Having not to follow the correct path in this life of the world will end up in disaster. Everlasting disaster in the hellfire. So having to lead a correct path in this life of the world will lead us to everlasting happiness in paradise. So we should not regard, the life in this world to be the end of everything. It's not the end. It's part of the journey towards the destination. We have not reached the destination. We only reach the destination when we die. So Sufyan knows, and he believes this is the life. So when we think and we believe that this worldly life is a life, then we want to do everything here. We want to make sure that we enjoy to our fullest, not to obey the orders of Allah, because we think this is the life. So this is the life which we have to make the best use of it. In what way? In trying to become the happiest, and the most, who have a very good life. So we believe and think that we only will be able to have a good life in this world only if we are wealthy and healthy. So we drive towards making ourselves a person who are healthy and wealthy. One of the things which most wealthy people fear the most is not to be healthy. Because once they are told they are not healthy, then their wealth will be of no use. How could a person who are not healthy enjoying their worldly life? Can never be, isn't it? So a person who is wealthy, there's a story that a man who is very wealthy was thinking that we will be able to live in this world for more years with luxuries and comfort. So he make a phone call to the doctor. He has some signs of sickness, so he went. So he got he made a call to the doctor, and the doctor tell him, "I'm very sorry, sir. A very bad news. We think that in 2 months you probably will die." Oh, he was shocked to his life. He says, "Oh, doctor, please don't make me to die. I'll pay you how much you want." No, doctor said, "We cannot do anything, sir. We just to tell you, we cannot make you to become alive again when the time of death has come." So that person goes into great depressions. He was happy a moment ago when he heard the news that he will die in 2 months. Immediately he become unhappy, become the most unhappy person on earth. One doctor, he was cosmetic surgeon in Singapore, earnings abundance of money, able to to build a house. In Singapore it's not easy to build a bungalow or somehow a house. You can't. You only live in flats, high-rise flats. But to have a house of your own, you have to be very, very healthy. Same as in Hong Kong. Very few people have. We live in a house. Like we are in Malaysia, we can live in a house. But not in Hong Kong and in Singapore. So this doctor, he got Ferrari. But all his happiness ended the day when he was told he has a cancer of the stage 4. His time for his death is coming very near. He was all of a sudden turned to become very unhappy, and he started to regret over the time of the years that has passed when he don't really practice Christianity, which has claimed to be his religion. So he started giving advice. Same as Steve Jobs was trying to give advice to those who are still alive. Then don't be like me, who works for money. At the end, money cannot do anything. So this is not the end of the journey. The life in the world is not the end of the journey. We are in the journey, very important journey. So the Prophet ﷺ said, "I am a traveller. So as a traveller, I don't make this world as a destination upon which I'll build expensive houses, as if I'm to live here for 300-400 years. People build houses to remain, to be able to stand for 200 years, 300 years. Karun, build houses that last millions, thousands of years after his death, million maybe. So people think this world is a destination. It is not. We are in a journey. The destination is the life after death, paradise or hellfire. Before reaching paradise and hellfire, there will be many more stages. The places in the grave, the places in the mahshar. Then only we will reach our destination, either paradise or hellfire. So, my dear brothers and respected elders and sisters, all of us must ponder upon this point. Am I staying in this world, or I'm moving ahead from this world? Or I'm only to die and to become dust, and I'm no longer meant to be alive again? Then this world will be destination. But if I'm not made to be, if I'm not made to be dead, but to be resurrected, to become alive again, then this world is a world of a traveler. We have not reached our destination. So when we die, we will turn into dust. But easily Allah can turn that dust back to life. Allah says, if I can created you from nothing, almost nothing, from your fluid only, from nothing, can I not resurrect you to become alive again after you have died? Surely can. What do you want? You want to become dust or you want to become metal? Whatever you want. Allah has the power to resurrect you to become alive again. No matter, either you become dust or you become metal, or whatever you want to become. Allah is able to do anything, So we will be resurrected to become alive again, and then we will be gathered all together in the field of Mahshar. Allah is the only judge, no other judge other than Allah. He will do the most justice of all. He will do justice to everyone. He will not do any injustices to anyone, either to man or jinn or all to the creation of Allah, even the animals. After He make the judgment, will be for a person who are sinners or wrongdoers, the time, as if the time of undergoing the judgment is about 50 million years of this life of this world. It is short, but as if very long. So, my dear brothers and sisters, this world is a journey. It's not a destination. You made it in mind. Put it in writing. See and read it every day. This world is not a destination. It's a journey. And we have to follow the path which has been treaded by Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who has been followed by Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that's what it means. So that's why it's called the path. So we must, in our journey, we must follow that road, follow that path. That's why we have to find the correct roads. We shouldn't follow any roads that we like, because life in this world is a journey. So Nabi Sallam said, I am a traveler. So whatever road he followed, we have to follow that road, if ever we want to be in paradise and to be safe from hellfire. If we do not follow that path, that road which has been followed by Muhammad Sallam, we will never be able to arrive at the same place as he, which is paradise. So Allah mentions specifically in the Quran. There are not any other verses except this one. Kul hazihi sabili. Tell Muhammad, this is my path, this is my road. Follow? You understand? Kul hazihi. Kul means tell. Tell to whom? To the entire mankind. To his followers, to everyone, to you. Tell. Kul hazihi sabili. Tell, this is my path. Hazihi means one path. Kul hazihi sabili ad'u ilallah. My path is the path of inviting people to Allah. Ala basiratin ana wa mani tabani. The path of inviting people to Allah with basira. Basira means with firm belief in whatever firm belief in what I've been inviting. in firm belief that is the truth. Basirah. Ana wa man ittabani. This is my road, my path, and the path of those who obey me, who follow me. So those who don't follow this path will not be regarded by him as his followers. How could you be regarded as a follower of Muhammad when you do not follow his path? So like a train, going to some places, there is a path followed by that train. The Prophet is on that train. We cannot take any other trains. Otherwise, we will not reach to the same place as Muhammad SAW. No, even though we do not like the train is dusty, hot, and yet the Prophet is on that train. We have to follow that train. Even though the train filled with a lot of sacrifice to be made. The other trains was a train which are air conditioned, having food being served to the passengers, everybody sit in a cosy, chairs. But the Prophet is not there. We cannot take that train. Now we are taking the train of comfort and luxury. The train which the Prophet is not there. We don't want to do the work of the Prophet. We do not want to follow that path. Then where we will be leading to? We will surely be ending up in a place other than the place where the Prophet ﷺ will reach, which is hellfire. Simple to understand this. Very simple thing, that in this world I have to follow the path, the road which has been followed by Muhammad ﷺ. And Allah is telling Prophet ﷺ to tell the entire man, this is my path. Allah SWT tells to Nabi ﷺ in Surah Mudassir, Ya ayyuhal mudassir kum fa'anzir warabbaka fakabbir wasiyabaka fatakhir. What a person who are wrapped in a mantle, selimut, wake up, wake up, rise up. In other words, O Muhammad, tell your people who follow you to wake up, to rise up, to remind the entire mankind, and to invite the entire mankind to glorify Allah. This is a ayat also which mentioned that the Prophet ﷺ are being told, ordered by Allah to tell to his followers that they should rise up. From raise up means wake up, stand up to do the work of giving admonition to the entire mankind, warning, and to invite the entire mankind to glorify Allah SWT. Qul ya ayyuhal mudassir qum fa'anzir warabbaka fakabbir. Qum, tell to your people to wake up, to give admonition to the entire mankind, and invite the entire mankind to glorify Allah. In other words, Allah told Muhammad to tell his followers to do the work of inviting people to Allah. This is an ayat which clearly indicate that the work to invite people to Allah is a work which is made obligatory to the Prophet ﷺ as well as to his followers. Clearly and starkly mentioned in this verse, and yet the Muslim unable to understand what it means. So when the Muslims are not doing the work of inviting, giving admonition for the entire mankind, and giving invitation for the entire mankind to glorify Allah, it means the followers of Muhammad has turned their back towards a very important order of Allah, have deviated from that path, have deviated from that road which will lead them with the Prophet ﷺ to paradise. They will sure, without any doubt, will go to hellfire. Be convinced of these facts, that if I do not do the work, the path, and the work of inviting people to Allah, or if I'm not to follow the path which has been followed by Muhammad ﷺ, and sure without any uncertainty that I will be the dwellers of hellfire. So my dear brothers and respected elders, this is a warning which I am giving to you, to myself, to the whole entire mankind. We do not know this in the past. We never think. It is such a very important order of Allah. Failing to do it will give us a great disaster and catastrophe to our life in this world as well as in the life of hereafter. It is so important to decide which path to follow in this world. We should not take it easy, that this is not important. I can follow whatever path I want. If you do that, you are making disaster and catastrophe to be fallen on you in this life as well as in the hereafter. Don't make yourself to be crippled and be made to suffer, traumatic incidences in this world and the hereafter by making the wrong choice of the path that you need to follow. Is this clear? Follow my path. And my path is the path of inviting people to Allah. That means doing the work of inviting the non-believers, those who do not recite the Kalimah, have not recited, to recite the Kalimah, and to invite those who have recited the Kalimah to obey the orders of Allah. And the first order of Allah is to choose the path, and that path is to do the work of inviting people to Allah. If you follow that path slowly and steadily all the way along, then with the grace of Allah you will end up, even during following the path, will be with peace and tranquility, and after reaching the destination you will be in peace and tranquility in paradise. This is serious, my dear brothers and sisters. No one ever reminded you about this in the past. I probably think that you will never have listened such lecture which mention to select the path is of supreme importance. What is that path? And the path is clearly mentioned in the Quran. Tell Muhammad, this is my path, the path of inviting people to Allah with basira, with firm belief. And this is my path and the path of those who follow me, or of those who want to be with me in paradise and safe from hell fire.